Mia had always loved cats. Growing up, she had owned several, but none had ever stayed with her as long as Jasper. He was a sleek grey tabby with striking blue eyes, a quiet shadow that followed her everywhere. When he passed away, the house felt empty, too empty. One night, just a week after Jasper was gone, Mia woke to a familiar feeling, something brushing against her leg under the covers. Half asleep, she reached down instinctively to pet him, only to grasp at empty air. Her breath caught. She sat up, heart pounding. The room was still, moonlight casting long shadows on the walls. It had to be her imagination, but then she heard it, soft rhythmic purring coming from the foot of her bed. Mia froze. The sound was unmistakable. Jasper's purr had always been deep, soothing, with a slight hitch at the end. Slowly she reached for the lamp, but just as she switched it on, the purring stopped. The room was empty. The next morning, she told herself it was just grief playing tricks on her. But then the scratching started. Gentle at first, like a cat needing a blanket. But soon it grew more insistent, claws scraping against the wooden floor, the closet door, even the walls. At night, the air grew heavy, charged with something unseen. The feeling of phantom whiskers brushed against her cheek, and a weight settled at her feet as if Jasper had curled up there like he used to. But the worst part was the eyes. She began waking up in the middle of the night, a strange sensation pulling her from sleep. And every time, she saw them, two glowing blue eyes in the darkness, hovering just above the floor. They never blinked, never moved, just stared. Mia tried to convince herself it was a dream until she noticed the paw prints. Dusty, unmistakable, leading from the hallway straight to her bed. Terrified, she sought help from an old woman in town who knew about spirits. "Your cat hasn't moved on," the woman said, "but be careful. The longer it lingers, the less of your cat it remains." That night, Mia lit candles, whispering her goodbyes, telling Jasper it was okay to leave. The room grew cold. The shadows shifted, and for the first time, she felt something unseen brush past her, soft, fleeting. The candles flickered, then went out. The next morning, the house was silent. The paw prints were gone. The scratching had stopped. But as Mia lay in bed, just before drifting off to sleep, she swore she heard one last sound, a soft, distant purr.